And what's up, everybody? We're live. It's your boy Fatty here, John Vincent. Alongside of me, my special guest tonight, Jimmy Fasulo.
What
Jim,
up?
Jim, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having
Our
me.
return offender over here.
Yeah.
It's been about 2 years since he's been on. So what's been going on, brother?
Shit. Well, I've been doing a lot of stuff lately, working with the poetry scene that's been going on down here.
Okay.
A friend of mine, Damian Rucci, we met. We really met about 5 years ago now, which is crazy because it feels like,
Right.
like flash in the pan, and now next thing you know, it's been half a decade. But when I owned a record store in New Brunswick for a little bit, and,
Right.
Damien, he used to run a poetry series at Espresso Joe's here in Keyport called Poetry in the Port. That was, by the time he left, he moved to Missouri for a little bit, and he has a crazy story to tell about that. Not mine to tell, but it basically boils down to what you'd expect an artist residency in Missouri
Right.
to end up being like. But so he was out there for a little bit working on his book, and he came back to Jersey while I had my store. So I was like, hey, want to come get something going here? And he started doing shows there, and it slowly over time evolved into multiple series of shows,
Right.
multiple different venues throughout this part of New Jersey, mainly and he's calling it the New Jersey Poetry Renaissance, which it's definitely an apt name, I would say. It's cool. There's been 3 PBS documentaries made about it now.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. The man doesn't stop. It's like all he does. But over time, he's become my best friend. Like we were together pretty much during the summer every single day.
Right.
So we got shows on Mondays at My Way Cafe in Long Branch. We're starting up a Friday series also at My Way. Me and him are now co-hosting every other Tuesday at Three Brothers from Italy in Belmar.
Okay.
We got a mic there too.
That's the pizzeria on the boardwalk. Right?
Yeah. The Paisanos, man, it's fucking sick there, and they don't charge us the Benny prices either.
That's
like,
great.
It's like $7 on the board, but it's $3 at our shows. So
And they have a pretty good pie over
and
there,
it's
too.
huge. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a 2-plater.
Yeah, you have them, regular large pies, and then you got a short pie.
And that's what they don't even call it, a large pie. They just call it the pie. And it's like,
Right.
Because if you called it a large pie, you'd be expecting smaller than what they give you.
And now I'm finally allowed to see comments.
Oh, really?
Andrea, what's going on?
What
hon?
up, girl?
Happy birthday, hon.
Happy birthday. Whoa, sick. Thanks for spending it here, dude.
So also, I wanted to welcome on one of my new sponsors tonight, Slow Hand Guitar Shop, which is right here in Cliffwood.
Wicked.
And my boy Joe over there does amazing work on guitars. So, any of my musician friends out there, look up Joe at Slow Hand Guitar Shop on YouTube and Instagram, and definitely give it a whirl. It's definitely unique experience. He does great work on guitars.
That's who I'm about to send my 2 Ibanez's to.
There you go.
Yeah. But that's been the most of what I've been up to lately is just doing stuff with Damien. Me and our friend Errol.
Right.
We've had a project going on 12 years now called Ernston, which is crazy to think how fast that time's gone by. But since I've gotten out, we've been working on demos here and there. But my voice has been pretty much shot from not taking care of myself,
Right.
overindulgence and the like. Since I've gotten myself back on track, we've been working a lot more. We have about 5 or 6 songs that we're ready to record.
Okay.
We're definitely going to take it light, like in terms of live performance and like the level of commitment of the project, just because he's a married man
Right.
now, which, man, God bless him. She's an incredible woman too, but he's got his whole life going. I'm fortunate. I'm a pool boy, so like I get the whole winter to just do whatever.
But at
I
least you're
want.
not a cabana boy.
That's what. Yeah. No, hey, sometimes I wish I was, but I do pool construction, so I'm swamped in the summer, and then the whole rest of the year I basically just get to chill out and do whatever I want.
Right.
So we just did for my 30th birthday a couple weeks ago. We had
Oh,
we had our
get
yeah,
up
they're
there, huh?
crazy. I know. I felt it in my neck the second I woke up. I was like, um, we did a show at My Way Cafe with Damien hosting it. It
Okay.
was Ernston's first. I'm counting it as our first live performance in like 6 years because we did a couple of acoustic spots here and there where I just would rather forget that they happened. Like I saw the
Did
footage
you
and I
even
was like, "Dude,
remember
this
them?
shit." I remember they happened. Yeah,
All right, all
I
right.
remember that. I remember that they happened. I don't really
Okay,
remember much of them. No,
fair enough.
and hopefully nobody else really does either. Um,
Binky is here in bed watching TV. He's a baby. Uh, I would never say that to him.
I'll tell you.
I'm like family and shit. You know what I mean? I might get a
beat.
beating, so
No.
he's a pretty tough
I'm
dude.
a baby. I'm a small baby. I'm just in a battered guinea body.
Yeah, there you go.
Uh, but it was sick. We also, I guess I've been doing a lot more than that actually. I've been working for the last 4 years now. I've been working with this company called Riot Squad Media,
Okay.
run by my friend Laura, who lives up in Utica.
Oh wow,
She's a badass, dude.
Yeah.
I met her. I used to tour in a ska punk band.
right. I think I
Uh,
remember something about that.
yeah, I was over. That was an adventure. It was cool. My old band Ernston used to play a bunch of shows with this band Fat Chance, and somehow me and the dudes from Fat Chance all wound up touring in a band that was neither of those bands.
Right.
But it was sick. Like I got to see Europe with those dudes.
Oh shit.
Yeah, we went all over the place. Made no money, but I wouldn't trade it. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Just your life experience.
It was yeah, and especially because I like I got roped into it. I wasn't in the band really. I would come up and sing one song with them every night, and then the rest of it I was just hanging out. Like they just had me there for like a vibe
right.
curator. You know what I mean? I was there. The front man of the band. There was a considerable age gap, and I kind of like we like after the shows it kind of like broke off where it's like now I'm like the pin that holds everyone together off stage and he held them together on stage, you know.
Right.
That was really cool. But so through that I met Laura. She runs a festival in Pennsylvania. She runs a couple of festivals, but the main one being Camp Punksylvania, which is up in Gilbert, PA now. It was originally at this scary little farm that we rented acreage on, and then moved to Circle Drive-In for a couple of years.
My friend Andrew is calling you Tommy Two Tone.
I'll take it. That's I got the little
And the magic phone number is.
I got the I forget his name, the two-tone ska guy. I got him tattooed on the back of my arm.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember that song because you're probably a little too young for that, but it's an '80s song. 8675309, Jenny.
Ricky, don't lose that number.
Wrong song.
No,
Wrong song.
there's numbers involved.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
8675309. That's it.
Yeah,
You're in.
Yeah, but so I've been working there. I did a couple of years managing merch there.
Okay.
There and Buffalo Ska Fest, which is also a Riot Squad Media entity. This year, the last couple of years we've been at the Gilbert West End Fair. Took over a whole fairgrounds up in Pennsylvania.
Wow.
It's huge. It's like way bigger than. I mean, I wasn't there since the beginning, but I'm sure it's more than I expected it to ever be. I can't imagine like the joy it brings Laura seeing how big this thing has been. Like people have gotten married there now.
No shit.
Yeah, people have gotten married during our festival. People have gotten engaged on stage.
Poor bastards.
I know. That's nothing's more punk rock than legal documentation of your love. But
Well, listen, they say the main cause of divorce is marriage.
I've heard that. I've heard that. Yes, main cause of death is birth.
Yeah.
This year I'm running I have a new position which I'm stoked on. It's called the Park Rangers. So this year at the festival, instead of just bands all day, we have a lot of kids coming now, like full family affair going on. So we're treating it more like an actual summer camp during
Right.
the daytime. So we're gonna have a bunch of activities and arts and crafts and stuff.
Right, like kid stuff.
Yeah, and then like crafts for adults too. You know, like everyone gets to regress a little bit.
Oh,
You know?
like the wine painting, and,
Yeah, stuff like that.
the glass painting, and all that kind
Like
of stuff.
not like a punk take on egg tosses and shit too. You know,
Okay.
not just straight up normal, but so my department this year, which I loved because I'm a Power Rangers nerd, like
Right.
super hard. So I already talked to our shirt guy, and I'm gonna get the shirts that are like it's the Power Rangers thing, but instead it's gonna be our logo in the middle. And
Right.
It's gonna say Park Ranger for my department, but my job's gonna basically be just like making sure everybody on the premises who's not working knows what's going on for the
Right.
day. Like I'm trying to organize like having flag pull like it's a real summer camp, which would be a lot of fun. But we got
Just having a good time in general.
yeah. It's because it's a marvelous experience over there, dude. I've never experienced anything like it. I've gone to a lot of festivals. I've played a lot of festivals. It's the only place I've ever seen where like you go backstage and like we have the crew trailers and we have the band trailers all together, and it's like everyone's sitting around a barbecue just hanging out.
Right.
Like it does not feel like there's any sort of like there's decorum, but all of the like pomp and circumstance that you normally find at a festival backstage is not there. It's just like, yeah, we're all fucking hanging out at this camp. It's sick. So yeah, it's gonna be my 5th year out of the 6 years they've been a thing. My 5th year working there, and we just announced Pup. If you know Pup from Canada,
They sound familiar.
they're some heavy hitters, dude. They're a really good punk band. We announced them as one of our headliners the other day. We have a lot of other big names, but I'm not at liberty to. Red Ranger. That's what this is. This is actually from a Japanese season that never made it to America.
That's cool.
Is called Die Ranger. Fun fact: they took the White Ranger's costume from this series, but then none of the other ones. Yeah.
So now getting back to Ernston for a minute.
Uh-huh.
I mean, God, you basically recorded the first song in my old studio,
Yeah.
the old John Vincent Media Studios in
Rahway.
Rahway.
Yeah.
And the first song you did was Maggie May cover,
Mhm.
a Rod Stewart cover. That came out amazing.
That's
And-
just. I found out through the internet that they played it in Scotland on the radio.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, well, I blew my mind. I was like, we're going to get sued, but okay, cool.
Well, there's a couple ways you could hit that.
Uh,
You know, as long as you say that, you know, you don't own the rights to it, and, you know, you just did it as whatever you did it,
right.
you know, you're kind of, you know, get you out of the line of fire with the liability.
Right.
But now you also did another song over there that was an Ernston song.
Yep. Simple.
Right.
Yeah,
And
simple.
I know you did a lyric video for that.
Yeah. Yeah. That was probably my favorite song that I've written, period. It was, I really love being like a little sarcastic twat. So, so I took like the typical
Sarcastic twat.
I took the Four on the Floor love song thing and just wrote a love song about like stop asking me to write you a love song.
Right.
Please listen to my music. I only write about women when they're terrible to me.
Right. Kind
wanting
of quit
me-
your bitching.
like yeah. Like you know, I'm not gonna write you a love song. It was
Right.
like kind of my that. Yeah, that song. It's crazy how that's also almost like coming up on 10 years old at this point.
Yeah, because you did that probably 2017, 2018.
Yeah, and we did we released the record with that on it 2018. Yeah. Which where to go? You know what I mean?
But that song, Simple, that kind of had like almost like a doo-wop feel to it.
Mhm.
You know, with a modern twist.
That's my favorite. Like my favorite artists of all time are Sam Cooke, Amy Winehouse, and then Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys.
Right.
And like I felt like I got to do a little bit of all of those things on that song.
You know, speaking of the Beach Boys, I was listening last night to a band, Reliant K.
I watched the proverbial sunrise coming up over the Pacific, and sick band. Yeah.
and they did a version of Sloop John B.
Did they really? Catch 22 did one also.
But I mean, this one, like, it kind of keeps the feel of the song because, you know, like, a million people have done that song.
Yeah.
And like they're the closest to the Beach Boys. You know, they got a little acoustic in there, some piano, you know, chimes and, you know, all kinds of crazy
all
shit.
the instrumentation that would be on like the real sort of because it was a folk song.
Yeah.
Like an Irish, I mean, Al Jardine, I know, rearranged it a bunch, but
yeah, I mean, you know, it was they did a really good job with it. I think now we got something going tonight after we get off the air.
Yeah.
Which is kind of, you know, within the hard metal that I like.
Yeah.
And I'm throwing you on it. You know what I mean?
I'm very excited to see what kind of flavors I could throw on it.
Which we're kind of recording the song and doing partial video.
Yeah.
You know, that's gonna. I can't wait to get this one done.
Yeah, me neither. I really love both of the songs that I've gotten from you so far, but the one is
it hit home, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, spoke to me on a personal level, and then beyond that, just the actual song itself it slaps like a liquored up stepdad.
Well, I mean, I gave you two. There's another one that I'm gonna give you. That, you know, a couple things got to get changed around, which, because I'm not really satisfied all the way.
Right.
I'm like right there, you know
on
what
the
I
precipice,
mean?
yeah.
But you know, the same kind of vibe to them all.
I really like it's got like it's not straight up just metal or, you know, it's like it's got this Western energy to it, you know,
right?
Like it's like cowboy metal a little bit, but not Pantera, but you know what I mean. It's got like a country feel to it that I really like. Which also I never thought I'd say it, but I'm so into country nowadays.
Right.
Tyler Childers is like top of the.
We got one of those too.
I can't wait for that. Let's go.
You know, it's a little bit of a sad song. You know, and I'll, you know, explain to you off air, but
yeah,
it's definitely one that hits home for me. And when I tell you, it's probably the song that I put the most work into. You know, it has, you know, a lot of piano undertones. The 12th string is the dominant.
Wicked.
You know, and just the lyrics, you know, like I said, I made sure that I put some work in.
Oh yeah.
You know, as a writer, you know, it's just picking your right melodies,
right?
Picking your right vocals. You know, you're that guy. You know, you could.
I appreciate that.
You could do that. I mean, and you know, let's not forget your acting skills as well. I know you did a lot of theater.
Yeah. It's been a hot minute, but that was my first love. Yeah, I started doing that. I was 8 years old. First time I was on stage doing theater.
Did you do any like TV commercials or anything like that?
I was in a Somerset Patriots commercial with Sparky Lyle when I was a kid.
No kidding.
Yeah.
I was working a place in Boundbrook, which is right up the street from the stadium. It used to be don't get it confused with the Sparks in the city, but it was called Sparks Steakhouse. It was on the corner of Main Street and I don't know, one of them side streets in Boundbrook, you know. And we used to run nights for the Somerset Patriots.
It's like the steakhouse ran them for them. Yeah.
And I actually got a chance to meet Sparky Lyle.
He's a really, really cool dude. Like super chill. I've met him a couple of times, like going to games, like later on in my life.
Dude, you drink too.
Yeah. Every time that I've smoked cigarettes with him outside of the ballpark, because you just walk outside and there'll be Sparky Lyle with a cigar just chilling.
Yeah.
Just chilling out.
When he was supposed to be managing a team.
Yeah. But that was a surreal experience. The first time that I walked out there, like I snuck out to smoke a cigarette, like without my parents knowing. I was like, I'm going to the bathroom, ran to smoke a cigarette, and I just walk out there and there's Sparky Lyle, and I was like,
you're like, holy shit.
I told him, I was like, I did the commercial with you, and he's like, like dawning on him how much time had to have gone by between
Right.
then and when I was talking to him. Yeah, it was that was. I love that team. It's a shame for me personally that they're finally affiliated with the Yankees, but as a Met fan, but I'm happy for the for
Oh,
the organization.
I'll tell you what. I mean, the Mets. I mean, they definitely have the right ownership now.
Mm-hmm.
They just got to put it all together.
Yeah, they're making some good moves. I saw we just picked up a center fielder. I think from the White Sox. Like they're making some moves that my dad's happy with what they're doing, and he's never happy about the Mets and what they do.
Well, now, what do you think about Bo Bichette?
Huh?
Bo Bichette, he's came over from Toronto.
Oh yeah, I was like shocked that Toronto was really making any sort of moves at all with the team that they had, especially coming from like where Toronto has been to like that game, dude. I was in rehab for that game. That was fucking painful. It was like painful to watch for Toronto. Like if I was a betting man, I would have bet on them out of like just off of emotion, just because I was like, I want them to win.
Well, realistically, I wanted Toronto to win because of Don Mattingly. Because he didn't get a shot with the Yankees to win a World Series ring.
Right.
So
give him something now. Yeah. I don't know. They could be back. He didn't retire, did he?
No, but he's now the bench coach of the Phillies.
Oh, is that better odds or worse for him?
That's actually better odds for him. Philly, they got a good team.
Yeah.
They're pretty consistent. Rod Thompson's a great manager. Another former Yankee coach.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, like with your acting, like you really just kind of didn't get out of the theater. You didn't pursue other.
I went for a couple of auditions for stuff, like cruise ships and things like that. But then like I had offers for things to do, and I just kind of like it wasn't my thing. Like especially when I was in my earlier 20s, it was like I had no problem saying no to shit if I knew it wasn't like something I really wanted to do. I really wanted to pursue the Ernsten stuff, and so the acting, I worked for a while at the Union County Performing Arts Center,
which was literally right next to my
across
studio.
the street. Yeah, I worked there, like helping restore the place a little bit and maintaining it, and then on top of it, I did a number of productions there, some like really cool premieres. Like first time ever done in New Jersey. Shit, I got to do the first American Idiot production in New Jersey. The first production of If Then, which was a big one on Broadway. I'm pretty sure we sold out that whole run. I got to do Ghost for the first time in New Jersey. Floyd Collins, which pretty much had only ever been produced in America once prior to that. It was mainly an English play.
Now, Ghost, is that
yeah, the Swayze movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I got that. I played Willie Lopez, the murderer, which it was funny because it was like when I weighed like 140 pounds.
Right.
Like there was nothing threatening about me, I don't think at all, except they were just like, this is the only person we know who has like tattoos. So I guess he could play the thug.
Did you get to sing Unchained Melody?
I didn't get to sing at all. No, that one, no, I didn't get to sing at all.
Meanwhile, you were probably the best singer in the house.
Oh God, absolutely not. That cast was stacked. That was one thing, dude. That's I definitely like. I'm getting my voice back. I'm like I'd say like 75 to 80% of the way back to where I was before I kind of fell to the wayside with things. But in musical theater, dude, like. The average person you meet in a cast is better than anyone else you've ever met just walking down the street. And it's crazy because there's so many of them. You know what I mean? So many people in community theater that are like Broadway level talented singers.
The last time I went to something on Broadway, I think it was I went to go see White Christmas. And the guy that played Winchester on MASH.
What was this? Was this like 20 years ago or so? Because I saw a production of it probably about that long ago.
It could have been '08.
Yeah, I think I went to the same production with my nana. Yeah,
and It was crazy because a week later, like somebody got shot outside the studio, outside the theater.
Really?
Like literally right in front of the place.
Oh my God! Wait. If I'm thinking, if it was, it was someone who was selling rap CDs, wasn't it?
Something like
So
that.
I vaguely remember this because then also I went to see Cannibal Corpse at it was the Best Buy theater at the time, which was right over there too.
Yeah.
And me and my friends, we were edgy and we were like, we hated rap because we were like metalheads in middle school. So we took a picture just trying to look all tough standing there. We were like,
I would have did the same thing.
yeah. I worked in a rap studio for a little bit, engineering. It was a great time, honestly. I made some great friends. There's a lot of good. I mean, my horizons musically have opened greatly, especially since middle school or so. But there's a lot of hip hop that I really, really enjoy.
I got to be honest with you. If I was going to work with a rapper, the only one that I would want to work with is Snoop.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see you and Ice-T getting along just based off. You've heard Body Count?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's a metalhead at heart a little bit.
There goes the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Strippers.
Yeah. The Wheelhouse.
You know, he had pretty good success with Body Count.
Yeah, I couldn't believe the numbers that I've seen their press kit and like just the numbers that they average on for like from the production side, the money they bring in. I was like, this is ridiculous. This is not what I expected. Like in my head, they were like kind of. I mean, not to be disrespectful, but like it was like a novelty type of thing. It's like see Ice-T in a band, but then as I got to know more about it, I was like, oh, this band, like their moment was like a moment, you know.
I mean, I really like the heavier, register. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you had bands like Stormtroopers of Death, Method of Destruction, which were kind of the same band.
Yeah.
But in SOD, you had members of Anthrax.
Yeah. Scotty Ian, right? And
Scotty Ian and
Frank Bello.
Yes, Frank Bello was in that. Now, same singer Billy Milano, who's like a fucking pisser.
Yeah.
Who else? MOD, I'm really not sure who else made it to that band, but it was definitely none of the Anthrax guys.
Yeah.
And seen them a million times.
Yeah.
Got my ass kicked in the mosh pit many times.
Anthrax. You're gonna kill me. I gotta go to the bathroom
Again.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna take a quick pause. I'll talk about my new sponsor.
I'll be back in 2 minutes maximum.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Slow. Jimmy had to go take a leak. He'll be right back. Yeah, so got a new sponsor, Slow Hand Guitar Shop right here in Cliffwood Beach. My boy Joe, great luthier, great guy. Definitely for all your fretted instrument needs, guitars, basses. Probably, I would say more along like the Les Paul Strat type of guitars. The only Floyds that he's going to be doing is mine. But yeah, so if you need a guitar with a repair, on Instagram and YouTube, Slow Hand Guitar Shop, all one word. Tell Joe I sent you, the big guy. Well, Joe's a big dude too, so. But just the same, Slow Hand Guitar Shop, Cliffwood Beach, Cliffwood, whatever. Black Eye First Pit. Yeah, more than a black eye, Andrea. I actually got my ass kicked. Black eye is probably bloody ear, everything in between. It was crazy. But yeah, I mean, I even got to live in hell. Pantera, I never got into a mosh pit at a Pantera show. I went to go see them. Actually, I went to go see them with Metallica at what the hell is that stadium? The new Meadowlands. Can't think of it. It shows you how into the Giants and Jets that I am. MetLife, that's it. I actually think it was Metallica, Pantera, and Wolfgang Van Halen might have opened up, believe it or not. And then I wound up seeing Wolfgang Van Halen like 2 more times at the Stone Pony, and I believe at Starland, like all in that same summer. It was crazy. So Jimmy will be back in a minute from taking a leak. Not that everybody needs to know that. You saw Pantera at PNC? Ministry of Pain. All right, Jimmy's
The
back
little
from
dogs.
Jimmy's back from freezing his balls off.
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh, the Pantera show at PNC was sick.
Yeah, I went to the MetLife one,
Um.
and that was great because it was Metallica,
Oh yeah.
and I believe it was Wolfgang Van Halen.
Oh yeah, Mammoth, right?
Yeah,
Me and my dad were talking about him today because we went to see Van Halen. It was a crazy, strange. I mean, I really loved it, but it was a strange pairing. It was Van Halen with David Lee Roth singing. I think it was like 2007 or so, and the direct support was Ziggy Marley.
Really?
Yeah. At it was Continental Airlines Arena still. So it was
Wow.
that, and Wolfgang was in the band. Yeah, long time ago.
Yeah, that's
the
right.
First
It's
time I ever smelled weed.
no shit.
Yeah. Because I was 11.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember I saw the bowl. I'll never forget it. The dude behind me was smoking a bowl, and I like turned around and I looked at it, and like I was 11. Like my concept of the world was just like records, and then like Power Rangers and Indiana Jones was like just like the scope of things that I knew about.
Right.
I saw this dude smoking weed out of the pipe, and like in my head, it's like some ceremonial cool, like
Peace
it's an
pipe type shit.
artifact. Yeah, I was like, "Yo, Dad, what's that?" And he's like covering my eyes, like looking at it would make me. Well, I mean, who knows? I
Like,
turned out how I turned out. So
like
who
yo,
knows?
who's Tonto getting high in the fucking
Yeah,
audience, right?
But the dude like looked like just like an accountant. I was like, this guy has to be an archaeologist.
Archaeologist.
He found this in the tomb. But yeah, and David Lee Roth said something on stage. He was like, the Wolfgang just proof that anyone could play bass.
Right.
And I just think that's so funny because like maybe when he was younger he wasn't the best at playing guitar, but like you listen to him now.
Oh, he's
and
amazing.
Dude,
now.
100% inherited his father's talent.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, you know, like during the whole Van Halen thing,
Mhm.
he also went off to play with Mark Tremonti from Creed.
Did he really?
Yeah, he was in Tremonti for a little while.
Oh,
And actually, Mammoth is going to be touring with Creed this summer.
whoa, that's a crazy lineup, dude.
It's going to be Creed, Mammoth, I think 3 Doors Down,
Um,
and somebody else from that.
that era of
Yeah.
hell yeah.
Like
I
that,
really,
you
I
know,
love
98,
3 Days
99.
Grace. I really love 3 Days Grace.
Actually, you know, not for nothing, they might be the one on the bill.
That's when you said 3 Doors Down. I was like, maybe 3 Days Grace because that would make a little bit more sense.
No, 3 Days Grace is on
Yeah.
that bill.
Yeah, that I can't miss that. I think it's so cool. They because I never really listened to anything past when Adam first left that band.
Right.
But now that he came back and they're like, okay, we'll just have 2 singers now. I think that's super cool. I've never seen a band do that where they were like, well, we're not going to kick this dude out, but also we don't want to say no to you. So as to keep everyone in like every era of the fan base happy, we're just gonna have both of them.
Yeah.
That's super awesome. I saw them. I've seen 3 Days Grace once. I saw them. They were touring on Transit of Venus, I think,
Okay.
which was their last album with Adam before his Exunt. I saw them at Starland, which was crazy. Seeing 3 Days Grace at Starland. Just a gnarly band.
You know,
I mean,
I'm really surprised
Um,
that you haven't went out and auditioned for like a bigger mainstream band.
I haven't had the opportunity. I'm sure I would have.
Well, I'm sure there's plenty of opportunity there.
Oh,
You just got to find the right one for you,
yeah.
because you're just, I said it, when you were doing Ernst and stuff back in 2017,
Mhm.
and then, I mean, to blow a classic out right in my studio, I'm like, who the fuck is this kid?
Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, you just like went there, and I think you were reading the lyrics off a CD cover.
I had them on, I wrote them on flashcards. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I really thought you had the CD cover in your hand.
Yeah.
You're just like, how can anybody see that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know I couldn't. I can't even see anything on that can right now.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that might be by design. They don't want you to know what you're poisoning yourself with.
Blind as a mug. But yeah, it's, I think, I actually think something what we're about to do after we're done with this broadcast.
Yeah.
I think that's gonna hit home.
Yeah.
I definitely do, because I mean it's that powerful of a song.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely. Yeah. I've never really been a nervous vocalist, but my excitement about the song has me like, I really hope I could do this one justice. You know what I mean?
Now, over the last couple of days, I'm sure you've been rehearsing
Mm-hmm.
or practicing.
Yeah.
And even if we don't get the take tonight,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? The at least it's been rehearsed,
Mm-hmm.
and the video's in the works.
Yeah. Yeah, we got something going. Yeah.
So I have to, get everybody that's on board with the track.
Mm-hmm.
I got to get their parts done. And
I'm so excited.
what I'd actually really like to do at the end of it is get you all in one room
Mm-hmm.
and just film like he's playing live,
A playthrough. Yeah.
which I'll probably do somewhere at like Decibel Studio over there in Old Bridge, because they have the big room over there.
I like Decibel. Decibel's a cool spot. I used to live in the apartments right over next to it.
Oh, that Glenwood over there?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I know. A lot of women over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mostly co-workers.
Yeah, it was a fun place to live.
No doubt. And then the other one, there's another apartment complex over there on 18.
Oh, yeah. The one that always got the sign up, if you lived here, you'd already be home. Oh,
Yeah.
no, I'm thinking about Route 9. Hey, Route dude,
Pine Gate, I think it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so not happy about what's going on Route 18 right now. Like, the Vermellas are going to ruin everything, traffic-wise, just in that little chunk. The Vermella apartment complexes, they basically build like a small self-contained city.
Really?
But yeah, it's a really cool concept. Like what they build, I'm just not stoked on where they're building it. It's going where the old Toys R Us used to be,
Okay.
like across from where Route 18 Flea Market was, a little bit down.
Gotcha. I know the mall's closed now.
I'm interested to see what they're doing with that, because I've seen plans. They want to do like an open air mall, kind of like reformat it to be like you can see them in Pennsylvania a lot, where it's like the same vibe as like an outlet mall where it's
Yeah.
outside, which I think could be cool. We don't have anything like that around here,
Well, they're also doing the same concept to Monmouth Mall in Eatontown.
Really?
Yeah, which is going to be like a bunch of condos.
Yeah, on top of it, or
Yeah, or like where the actual mall was, and stores on the front level, something like that.
I just don't know why we need so many people to live on Route 18. It's already so congested and constantly like already under construction. That's the Vermellas it's gonna be like something like 2,000 units
Jesus.
living, like just for let alone the traffic that'll come for the stores that are there, but like another 2,000 people at that intersection in particular sounds god awful.
I don't know if you heard about what's going on in actually your town in Sayreville. So you seen where they're building that big Bass Pro Shops?
Yeah.
They're doing another town inside the town.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the Point at Sayreville.
Yeah.
They're doing a mall that's gonna compare to that of like the Mall of America.
Yeah. Right
And-
along the river.
And the signage alone
Mm.
is gonna compare to Vegas.
Serious?
Yeah.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
That sounds. I mean, that's at least it's far enough away from the bulk of Sayreville that I don't think it's really going to be too shitty for us, other than trying to get on the Parkway over there. But
Right, but there's gonna be a dozen on and off ramps going into that.
wow,
So, there's going to be all your major trades are going to be there. All your major unions are going to be there.
yeah,
But, it's just that's what's going on,
yeah,
and they're doing a Bass Pro Shop now. They're doing a Wawa over there.
yeah. I'm stoked for the Wawa.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Wawa's just like, I'm there like every other day.
That's my Wawa rewards point are better than my credit score.
My egg rolls are my go-to over
yeah,
there.
dude, the egg rolls. I love the pepperoni bagel melt.
Yeah.
That's my go-to too.
And I got to be honest with you, if I get up early enough, which is like probably not too early,
Yeah,
I gotta go get like 2 or 3 of their hash browns.
yeah. Their hash browns rival McDonald's, I'd say. I love the they come and go the waffle sandwiches.
Yeah.
Whereas the waffle sausage, egg and cheese, the French toast one's okay, but the waffle one is far superior. I put on like 30 pounds, like 2018. 2019, they had like a buy one 2 for $4 on
Right.
the Sizzlies, so I'd just get 2 of them every single morning. Every single morning, eating 2 of them. Absolutely no need for it, other than I loved them.
So there's a place in Middletown called Talercio's.
Mhm.
They're an Italian deli. They also do catering and all that kind of stuff.
Do they have the cookies made of puff pastry?
Oh yeah,
Okay, because I know somebody who's been looking for those. I need.
but they also make. It's in the Union Square Mall, right before you get into Red Bank.
Okay. Yeah.
And when I tell you a sandwich, they'll build one whatever way you want it. It doesn't matter if it's like normal out there, whatever. If they got the ingredient,
They'll do it for you.
yeah. And I mean, their sandwiches are like,
Wait, they're not the place. Are they popular on the internet? Like
Yeah.
they have videos
Yeah.
of them. Okay. Yeah.
guy Eric, he's always saying some shit about steaming Willie Beeman.
Okay. Yeah. I think I've seen their videos on Instagram.
And yeah, he does them on Instagram. He does them on mostly on Facebook. I see them. I don't think they're that popular on Instagram.
Mm.
But I don't know what the hell was going on with my shit earlier this week, man. I picked up probably another 300 new followers
On Instagram?
Yeah,
Whoa, hell yeah, dude.
just on the Fatty's Funhouse page.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell's going on here? And my videos, they were going through the roof.
The shorts are really, really sick. I found myself going down the hole on them too. Like I watched one, liked it, and they just kept coming, and I was not mad. I
Right.
love the guitar repair stuff. Is super sick to watch.
I mean, Joe's actually given new life to one of my Fender Strats, which this one's more along the lines of a Super Strat.
Mm.
It's gunmetal gray,
Righteous.
maple neck, rosewood fretboard. It has one of those big ass Fender Strat headstocks.
Mhm.
The bigger one. It looks like a skinny penis with an large head.
I was gonna say a giant bass clef, but you're probably more accurate. Yeah.
And I mean, like I said, when I bought this guitar, it was mangled. But Joe's gonna pump some new life into it, and hopefully it's a player. I mean, you see what surrounds my room.
Yeah, dude.
I got
It's so bitching in here.
I got all I got everything, from 80s guitars to Strats to Les Pauls,
Mhm.
Wouldn't be the Funhouse without it.
Yeah, no, sir. I just got my most recent pickup. I mean, before the 2 guitars that I got today, I got the Mike Ness signature Les Paul.
Okay.
The dude from Social Distortion.
Right.
It's a super sick guitar. I got it just because I love it's a model of a 79 and they like put the fake wear on it for you, and I was like, I'm never gonna be able to afford like an actual 79, so
Right.
I'll buy the one that's made to look like one that is.
So
You know.
also my two customs that are hanging on the wall, which
Oh.
is a '87 Electra West Tone,
Mm.
and it's a made up of a bunch of different Ibanez parts, but it is
Franken guitar.
a Frankenbez,
Frankenbez.
and I actually pulled that one out of a garbage can,
Really?
the Ibanez.
Um.
I was at some kid's house in Thomas River. He was having a garage sale.
Mm.
Had a bunch of guitar parts in a garbage can. I'm like, all right, as long as there's not, no like booger rags or whatever.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, I'm gonna see what I could have, and sure as shit, pulled out
Working parts in there.
a complete guitar
Wow.
from there. Since I was in Thomas River anyway, I drove to my guitar tech at the time, Richie Armo.
Mm.
Drove to his house. He's like, "What are we gonna do with this one?" I'm like, "You tell me." He goes, "Well, if you want it done quick and you want it done over the weekend, I got 2 swirls that I got to do." So he did an SG and a Telecaster and mine. So there's 3 of them in the world that look like that swirl, just all different guitars.
Yo, hell yeah.
And he actually still has the Telecaster.
This world one?
Yeah.
Mm.
And that's all custom.
Mm.
The SG was a customer guitar.
Mm.
And obviously mine.
Yours is yours, yeah.
Yeah. And then the West Tone, that was about a 2-year job.
Mm.
Everything's all brand new on it. I've owned the guitar since 1987.
Oh, wow.
And I think I paid, it was in the same neighborhood as the Kramers. So I probably paid about $400 or $500 for it.
Wow.
And everything got stripped down.
Mm.
It was kind of like a plum purple.
Okay.
As you see, I like purple guitars.
Yeah, dude. I do not blame you for it.
Les Paul that I'm getting, it's one of those Les Paul Epiphone Widows.
The Purple Burst?
Yeah.
Yo, hell yeah.
Yeah, I seen one in Guitar Center the other day.
I'm
buying it this week.
Hell yeah.
And that one he did like a cityscape with skull and crossbones and,
Gnarly.
and flames and all that kind of shit. And now he's actually working on a Chucky guitar for me.
Whoa. Like Chucky and Aura or Chucky Image on it?
Chucky Image.
Chucky Image? Hell yeah.
And then after that, I'm buying a, I don't know if you ever heard of Steve Brown. He plays with Trickster. And he's also doing another band with a friend of mine, Fred Gorhow. Always Jovi. It's a Bon Jovi tribute.
Mm.
And he has his own line of guitars that are sold through Guitar Fetish. So he just came out with Telecasters that have Floyds on them, like the old Mick Mars Kramers. So I'm going to buy one of them, and automatically I'm going to have it shipped to Rick's house.
Mm.
So this way he can do, Freddy Krueger on it.
Hell yeah, dude.
I might as well do the whole series of popular serial killers.
Get all the spooky Johns.
Exactly.
That's have you heard of Reverend? They're a newer-ish brand. I think they're out of Ohio.
Are they kind of like a ministry type band?
No, they're a guitar company.
It's called Reverend?
Reverend Guitars, yeah.
No, because I really deal now with like Charvel, Lock guitars.
Mm.
They're the ones that do my bodies.
Word.
And there's another company that I'm going to start dealing with. They're in, I think they're in PA.
Mm.
Called FU Tone. They do all like custom Floyd work.
Hell yeah. Yeah, no, Reverend Guitars is their full build. They've vended at camp there. I don't know. I got this really sick bass from them. I didn't know it was the Pan-African flag. I just thought it looked sick. I'm not African, but,
Obviously.
but it's cool because like the base is it's green, black, and then red. So I've been thinking about just getting the center stripe white, so I can have my little Italian flag base.
That'd be pretty
That'd be
cool.
pretty sick. I think. Yeah, I got a sick deal on that, but I haven't really bought. I haven't been buying too much gear. I finally am getting out of debt a little bit. But
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Well, buying gear and getting out of debt,
Kind of different. It's a Venn diagram that shows two circles that aren't touching each other.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. So, getting back to this track that we're going to be doing
Yeah.
tonight, I seriously, seriously just can't wait to hear what you bring to this. I mean, again, it's another one of those tracks, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
And it's one of those go for broke.
Yeah, and it's one that it's a song that it's not a Hail Mary. You know
No.
what I mean? Yeah, it's a bona fide fucking ripper.
But it also, in the same tone of it all,
Mm.
it kind of reminds me of something in the along the same lines of, I should say, can't even talk tonight. Reason to Fight from Disturbed.
Uh-huh.
That kind of vibe to it,
Yeah,
but a little more,
more personal,
Yeah.
more raw, rugged. Yeah,
because then you're adding not the element that song was written on,
mm.
but you're adding something different.
Yeah,
It's what's going on within yourself.
yeah,
Not because of a substance or anything else. You know what I mean? Just
yeah,
you being your person and what you go through on a daily.
yeah. And there's yeah. I mean, just from my own personal experience, like with the substance angle of things, it's like there's always that's the hardest part. Getting sober is never hard. Staying sober is hard if you aren't fixing you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The shit like it's never just I've made mistakes and I don't know how to deal with them. It's the part of you that keeps making those same mistakes and refusing to acknowledge how and why you end up there, you know?
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong on this.
Mhm.
And I've heard this from many people in the past.
Mm.
And it's not something to pass judgment or anything like that. But they say when you're trying to get yourself right,
Mhm.
if you're not ready to,
Oh, you're fucked.
you're not going.
It's
to.
not going to happen. No. Yeah. And there's a humility aspect to it that is like super important because it's the key word that I've always heard. Like I've been in different, I've tried different fellowships for like 12-step programs. I've been in different facilities for like rehab and shit. It requires you to surrender to it in the first place. 100%. You need to admit that you have no control over what, like you have the control to get yourself into the situation in the first place. But other than that, like you can't keep going how you're going and control it. You have to admit that you have no fucking power over it once you let yourself get into the throes of everything. And like, I mean, at least from my own experience, speaking from my own experience, when I am actively like using my substances of choice, like it's 100% ego 100% of the time. And ego doesn't like admitting weakness. You know what I mean? Especially if it's other people telling you that there's something wrong with you and you don't want to own that shit. Yeah, it's like you can go to rehab as much as you want and you'll be clean for those 30 days.
Yeah, and
But
that'll
the
be about
second you
it.
get out, yeah, because it's not, I never this time around I went because I wanted to, you know what I mean. I had done it before, like I had like DUI shit going on, and I just wanted it to like look good, see if I can get out of trouble, like like manipulative addict thinking shit, This is the time where I was like, I'm fucking so done with this. Like, my personal relationships are broken. My mother is thinking about like having to cut ties with me, and this woman has dealt with like so much. I never thought we'd get to that point. Like, it got to a point for me where it's like there's nothing that I can even lie to myself and say it's that thing's fault. It's like
Right.
it's me. Which like is equally empowering as it is like kind of devastating. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's relieving to see like, well, if the problem is me is the only thing I can change, so that's awesome. But also
Yeah.
it's like, oh fuck, it was me the whole time. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But
I mean,
that's
like I haven't. I'm coming up on 25 years sober.
yeah, God, congrats. That's
Thank
fucking so sick, dude.
You know, in 3 weeks. You know what I mean? It'll be at that.
Right.
Now on my 30th birthday. Now I did this without going to a rehab or anything like that. It was my 30th birthday, and I'm like, all right, listen, I can't do this shit no more. You know, I'm going. I was a weekend warrior.
Right.
You know, I'm going out on the weekends, getting as mangled as I possibly could.
Uh-huh.
And you know, that time of life came. I'm like, all right, I'm 30 years old. I can't do this shit no more. And it's just time. So I'm going to go out with a bang tonight.
Yeah.
And I'll probably feel like shit 2 days later.
Uh-huh.
But, you know,
Yeah.
I'm going to try something different this weekend and stay in the house.
Yeah.
And from that point on, you know, that's what I did.
Yeah. I've come to love it. I mean, my experience is pretty parallel to that. I like, coincidentally, everything kind of came to a head for me towards the end of my 29th year, but it was also like, I had that moment of looking at it. I was like, I've literally been like reshitting my pants the exact same way for half of my life at that point. Cause I started, you know, doing whatever I wanted to do when it came to that sort of thing, like when I was about 15 years old. So I was like, literally half of my life, I've been making the same exact mistakes and acknowledging the problem and ignoring it this whole time. And like, I kind of had this like kind of a spiritual moment. Like 30 is it's a milestone. Yeah. And I was like, if I get off on the same foot that I've started off every other milestone with, like, I'm gonna just keep doing the same thing. And I was terrified of it, like actually scared to death of like the thought of like, if I keep going, there's no 40. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll be lucky if there's a 35.
Exactly.
Which is that's scary shit. But like I said, like realizing that if it's me that's the problem, it's me who could change it. Like,
in that respect, yeah, it's all about you.
Yeah. Which, yeah, it's
in a different context.
Yeah. It's all about me in the way where it's like focusing on actually developing me instead of getting what I want for me, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, addiction comes in all forms.
Oh, 100%.
You know, we as a person, we choose our poison. You know, and it doesn't matter if it's alcohol, drugs, gambling,
shopping,
sex,
women. Yeah.
You know, it don't matter. Addiction is addiction.
Yeah.
And how do you fight it? You know, you just, if you're not ready to give it up, it's not time yet. Yeah. But, you know, you better be thinking in the back of your mind, well, when the hell am I going to give this up?
Right.
Because it might kill me one day. Yeah.
And I've had the points in my life where like I'd acknowledged it might kill me one day and did not give a shit at all, you know?
Right.
Thank God that I'm not there anymore, you know? But I don't know. It's been heartbreaking watching certain people that I've met through like my goes around with trying to get recovery down right for myself. Like the people you meet where it's like in rehab, it's like they got it. It makes sense. It feels like they stand a really great chance. And then, you know, you fall out of contact, find them 3 months later, and they're nowhere near who they were in rehab. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like the light, not to be cliche, the light from their eyes is gone. They don't want to be alive.
Right. They're numb.
You know? Yeah. It's completely turned off. And it's like, I count myself fortunate for having to been able to see these things like outside of myself, you know what I mean? So I can like contextualize like, oh, this is the same thing that I do to me. But I definitely, I feel you on the, like, I'm going to try staying in the house. That's pretty much, if I'm not at the poetry shows, I'm in the house. I'm like reading, I'm like 15 books. I'm trying to read all 45 of Philip K. Dick's novels within a year. I'm like 15 books into that. And I've been watching my Japanese, the old school Power Rangers from Japan shit. And that's all I really care to do.
Is that considered like in the anime?
It's called Sentai. It's its own genre, but it's basically, it's a live action anime essentially. It's the same sort of, teenagers get powers, fight monsters, but like they have the Kenji, which is the big monsters like a Godzilla and shit. It's
because I'll tell you what, one night I was out here and I was hanging out with a model friend of mine, and she was all into the anime thing, right? And it was some weird shit going on in there, man. I was like,
anime has a much broader, like, because the Sentai, it's for the most part, Sentai was specifically one franchise,
right?
But
for me, it wasn't. It wasn't for me.
But anime, it's literally just any sort of cartoon made in Japan is considered anime. So like, you get the shit that's like, what's it called, hentai, which is like, they got like tentacles going and pussies and shit. Like, that shit. No, there's none of that in the Sentai. Yeah, there's some really sick anime too.
I'm sure there is.
But I have no problem staying in the house doing that shit now, just like entertaining myself instead of having to like letting myself be entertained instead of feeling like I need to find entertainment. You know what I mean? And my first day out of rehab this go around, I extended my stay by a week just because I was like, they had told me if I had stayed another week, I'd be able to only have like programming for 3 hours.
Right.
And then I'd have the rest of the day to myself, which I was like, I think that'd be a really good thing to set myself up for success, like getting used to downtime in a controlled environment. Because like most of the time in a rehab facility, your day is scheduled and full of shit, literally from when you wake up till when you go to sleep.
Right. Because you're trying to keep your mind busy.
Right. And, which definitely there's obviously a value in that, but just knowing myself, like my biggest triggers for wanting to use are boredom and having nothing to do, which I mean, I guess are kind of the same thing, but so I was like, cool, I could have literally a week of sitting here with nothing to do, but I also can't go I can't go like back to what I would normally do.
Right.
Like I had taken up reading again while I was in there, but like I got myself on. So like that's I reach for it for a distraction now. Like I either reach for my notebook to start writing the poem or a book to start reading. But when the first day that I got out, I extended my stay right up until the day before I was booked to read at the Highland Park Poetry Festival.
Okay.
Which was at Pino's in Highland Park.
Okay.
It's a bar and a wine shop.
Is that right there on 27 right before you get into New Brunswick?
Yeah. It's across from the Rite Aid.
Okay.
Where the Rite Aid was at. So I was in there and I was kind of like, this is going to be the tell for me, like because I came out of rehab prepared, like if I have to walk away. I've worked Camp Pennsylvania sober before. But I know that's like a high risk environment for me realistically. If I catch a case of the fuckets while I'm there, but like the poetry thing, I love it so much. But aside from the show that I host, all of them are at bars. So I was like, if I can't do this, I can't do this.
See, my thing is right. So like I said, after I stopped drinking, and I did it on my own.
Yeah.
Being a homebody isn't so bad.
Right.
I mean, after a certain age, you don't really feel that need to go out every night and let it, linger on till the next morning.
Yeah.
And maybe that whole day and that next morning.
If it ends at all. Yeah.
Right. Well, if it ends at all, possibly nothing good can come out of that bender. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's my 20s, I definitely made the most of them when I was in New Brunswick. You know, it didn't have to end because I was my own boss and I was like running the club basically.
Right.
But, now it's great. And I'm like, at the poetry festival, one of my friends came, loved them to death. They were shit faced within like 5 minutes of getting there.
Right.
And like, I was so not annoyed, which I thought I would have been annoyed, but I was just grateful because I was like, this is reminding me why I will not anymore. You know what I mean? Like I see drunk people now and I'm like,
yeah.
Ugh.
Let me ask you this though. I mean, a lot of addictions, they say, especially something with drugs. Do you believe that it starts with your doctor?
In what sense?
Okay, so let's say, hypothetically, you're in a car accident.
For opiates, absolutely, I think that's a thing. Yeah.
Okay.
For specific drugs, yeah. I thought you meant with addiction in general.
No, because like I said, there's different forms of addiction.
But opioid addiction, dude, 100%. I think. I wouldn't venture to say that it's like malicious or intentional in every scenario, but I've heard from a lot of people from a lot of different walks of life that it all started with, you were prescribed this, you were prescribed this opioid or you were prescribed this specific type of muscle relaxer or painkiller. The next thing you know, they don't wane you off of it. They tell you take this forever. Yeah. And then they're like, okay, no more of that.
Right.
And then
before you know it,
then you're going to
you can't live without it.
Yeah. And the withdrawals from those things are fucking severe. You know, seizures, you could die from coming off of it. And at the very least, like from experiences, because I thankfully have not been addicted to that substance. I thankfully have not had an opioid problem, but it's the fear of the getting sick that keeps people going. It's not even like it gets to a point where they don't even enjoy it. There's no high from it anymore.
Right. They have to do
it's
it to
just
be well.
Maintenance. Yeah. Yeah. And that's fucking horrifying. And I've met a number of people who, like high performing people, like really successful in their areas of life, previously had never touched a drug, like would drink here and there, but like how like a normal person drinks, and fall down the stairs, car accident. Yeah. Next thing you know, they're shooting heroin because it's cheaper than buying the pressed pills, or you're addicted to fentanyl because they start giving you fentanyl. And fentanyl is a medicine, but you start buying the pressed pills, you can't go get Oxycontin 100% of the time. Right. People are selling it. It's not hard to get a pill press and make fake pills, especially if you can access the fentanyl. You just need like that much to equal this much of anything else. Yeah. So yeah, I've heard that is, from secondhand experience, I guess, that there's definitely something to that. And there's been cases of doctors where like they're knowingly prescribing these things, they're getting kickbacks from it. Yeah. Like I would never tell people to be wary of doctors, you know what I mean? But definitely be wary of the medications, because unfortunately not everybody has your best intentions in mind. Right.
Because like, I mean, even after I had heart surgery, the doctor had gave me, I think they're called Roxasets.
Roxy's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, it was like the smallest milligram, you know what I mean? And I'm like, get these fucking things away from me, because I will not, I definitely will not take them. Yeah. Give me Tylenol. Yeah. If that don't work, okay, well, guess what? Yeah.
Yeah. Pain, as a species, human beings have dealt with pain majority of its existence. You know what I mean? There's no It's not like pain will kill you, you know.
You get punched in the mouth or kicked in the balls. It's fucking.
Yeah, I didn't get a painkiller when I get my ass beat.
It's temporary, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's that temporary.
Yeah. Yeah. All things are fleeting, you know, joy and misery, for better or worse.
So anyway, we're at $1:10, which is normally like 10 minutes more than I normally go every week. Yeah. I remember the last time you were here with Johnny.
Yeah.
I think we went for like maybe like two and a half.
2.5 or something
like that.
Yeah.
But we're gonna wrap this up because we got music to make.
Shops and I gotta pee again anyway.
Yeah.
These fucking things, dude.
I'm at that point right now. So Jimmy and I are gonna piss off together.
Crossing
streams.
Not crossing streams, dude.
Out in the stream. But glad to be back on the air in 2026. I'm your boy Fatty John Vincent for Jimmy.
Your boy Jimmy Beans.
Jimmy Beans. Good night. God bless. And we'll see you soon. Also, don't forget to check out my boy Joe at Slow Hand Guitar Shop on Instagram and YouTube. And on that note, everybody, good night. God bless.
Keep on rocking in the free world.
We'll see you soon. Good night, all.
Hasta la peace, bro.